Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. I'm Greg Rapoli with Life Science Alley. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Life Science Alley is Minnesota's state-based trade association for the health technology community in Minnesota. We organize programs and networking events for organizations in the medical device, diagnostic, biotech, pharma, and digital health community. We serve our members by publishing research data on healthcare and investment trends, and by conducting advocacy work at the federal and state levels. In fact, most of our staff tonight is right now at the legislative event for the LSA MHTA reception in St. Paul. And Life Science Alley expands our membership and scope to health IT. I'm proud to introduce a founder of a revolutionary new startup. Muhammad Abdurrahman is the founder of Playdabase, a company currently device that enables gestures to control everyday tasks like flipping on a light switch or bringing the light up or down volume. Muhammad is here to talk about his experience in Minnesota's entrepreneurial ecosystem, as well as his time spent in the inaugural cohort of the Microsoft American Family Internet of Things Accelerator. We look forward to Muhammad's thoughts on Minnesota community and how corporations can support entrepreneurial activity. Muhammad?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for the warm intro, and thank you very much. So my name's Muhammad. I've actually done about 4 ventures over the past 4 or 5 years. Some of them did pretty well, some not so great. My latest one is Playdabase, which was mentioned in the intro. We make gesture control for the Internet of Things. That's software that can make these smartwatches do things more than just give you notifications, but actually give you control of the electronics around you. How many of you have heard of the Internet of Things? Okay, good. So it's popular now. When I started the company, a lot of people were like, what the heck is that? In my own background here in the Minnesota Entree community, I was doing my PhD at the U. Great spot for getting an understanding of what's happening in the community and also seeing some of the different companies that are coming through, United Health Group, Cargill, 3M. Some of the big companies that are moving huge parts of the market, and there we are, these little guys, in school, hoping we can, do something cool. My company, before that, I joined in the Startup Weekend path, did a couple of those, got a couple consecutive good standings, placings, et cetera, in some of the local competitions. Those things were critical to my development as well as also getting access to some of the people in the community who were generous with their time, speaking and also working for several folks. Got to know Lois and TIMN. Actually, I became a member of TIMN after getting 3rd place in Startup Weekend Twin Cities 2 with a startup that I had done. So Playdabase. Like I said, I started Playdabase while I was doing my PhD in linguistics, mind you. And as we developed, we did well to profit from one competitions put on by the Home Center for Entrepreneurship. We received a couple grants there. We participated in the University of Minnesota Biz Pitch competition. We participated in a regional university competition, Midwestern, against other universities. We were finalists in the Minnesota Cup. And most recently, we spent about 6 months living basically at Microsoft's campus up in Seattle with tremendous resources and help from them and investment from American Family Insurance. The reason I think that's important for us here in Minnesota is because we have so many top-tier companies. I mean, ridiculous high amounts of top-tier companies. And finding a way to bring the capabilities, the know-how, the resources, the money, the knowledge that's there without tempting those employees to come work for a startup, even though there might be some great startups to work for. Playdabase is one. But being able to access those resources can be a tremendous opportunity to help early stage companies like Platabase and others accelerate, successfully compete with some of the companies that are on the coast. And so I would highly encourage those of you who are in the corporate environment here to look at some of the things that are happening in the startup community here in Minnesota and in the broader region, the so-called prairie, as well as the startups to look for those opportunities where you might be able to work with some of the larger companies and leverage each other. The startup leveraging the experience, capabilities, resources of the larger companies leveraging the focus and the pivotability of the startup to figure out where their market fit is and just go after it. So that's been tremendous for us. That's allowed us to compete regionally, nationally, and globally. And I personally, as someone whose entrepreneurship grew up in this area, am very grateful for what we've done, and I think we can do a whole lot better. And I'm delighted to see all of you here focused on this topic. I'll be around to talk more about it. And if any of you are, I just have to plug really quick, if any of you are developers or interested on a corporate side or as an individual, the REMO, that's the name of our gesture control technology, the REMO developer program you can find at getremo.com. That's REEMO.com/dev. And happy to talk with any of you about that as well. Thank you so much, and thank you for championing the Minnesota entrepreneurial community. Thank you.